Maseches Peah, Daf Chof. Daf Chof we're doing now. Mishnah says, Amas Hamayim, a stream of water, she'eni yochel likotzer ka'achas, that you cannot, there is a stream of water running in between the field, and you cannot cut the grain of both sides in one shot. If it's in a very mountainous area that you use a hoe to plow it, he cannot pass by. It's so steep, he cannot use his regular standard oxen. He has to use a special tool just to do it manually. Still is considered one field. They wanted to say that Rabbi Yehuda, nobody argues on Rabbi Yehuda. We found somewhere that no, only if it's kavua. So not like Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda says any type of stream, but we found that only if it's kavua, it's mafsekas. Only if it's a steady thing, not like Rabbi Yehuda says any amasamayim. So there's chachamim that argue on Rabbi Yehuda. We wanted to say that even though he stands on one side of the stream and he cannot cut off the other side, let's say he stands in the middle of the stream, then he could cut. So if he stands only on one side, then it cannot reach his hand to the other. But let's assume if he stands in the middle of the stream, then he could reach. Then we thought Rabbi Yehuda was going to agree, Eina mafsik. Then it's because who asked to stand on that side and try to cut from the other side? Let him stand in the middle, and then he can reach both sides in one shot. It's not true. We found that Rabbi Yehuda argues even on this. Only if it's so close to each other, both sides of the stream, that he can even stand on one side and cut the second. But if the only way he can reach both sides is by standing in the stream itself, no, that will not work according to Rabbi Yehuda. So Rabbi Yehuda says in such a case, it is mafsik. The only way it's not mafsik is if it's so close to each other. The sides of the stream is so narrow that he can stand on one side and get to reach the other side. Then it's narrow enough. Rabbi Yehuda would agree that it's not mafsik. He says a statement like this: there's a stone, it's passing through the whole field. There's a rock in between both sides of this field. If he has to take away the plow, the tool for plowing, he cannot leave it in the ground because it will get ruined. So he has to pick it up. Mafsik. Then it's a hefsik. It's considered two separate fields. Im lav ene mafsik. They used to plant on steps. So each step is 10 tfachim. There's another step. So if it's 10 tfachim above the first one, then we say that you have to give Peah mikol achas v'achas. Pachas mikan noisem echad ala kol. Now the question is, Pachas mikan eno oikes amachreshim tzadzenus and tzadzu. Even if it's only 9 tfachim or 8 tfachim, you have to still pick it up. So we see even in such a case that you have to pick up the plow, the tool, it's still considered one. No, so he's saying it. So the answer is a meticulously. You're supposed to see a meticulously. He's answering on this question No, you're right. If you're oiker, forget about it. He wants to say that even in the Sefer, that if there's a lot of steps, but towards the end of this whole step business, there's like a slope that everything gets mixed up there. He didn't make the steps along the whole field, so that is even if the steps are 10 tfachim, since they get mixed up at the end, then it's still considered one. So you're right. In a case where it's so what does he want to say? 10 tfachim. Pachas mekan noisem echad ala koil. It must be in a case where. So what is the difference between 10 tfachim and not 10 tfachim? Very interesting answer. Pachas mekan noisem echad ala koil. Philip pachas mekan oikeru. And if so, you have to give for each one separate. So he wants to say that if they're me'uravim, then even if it's 10. Very interesting answer. So 10 tvachim doesn't really matter. Because even if it's less than 10. We'll continue a little bit till daf finish daf chaf. Hakam mafsikin ezram ve'eina maftik le'iln ela goder. However, when it comes to a tree, the only thing that creates a boundary, a separation, is only a fence. If there is the branches of the tree that bump into the fence in a mafsik, then it's not considered division, even a fence. How about lecharuvin? When it comes to carob trees, call a royan zeh, then if each one tree can see another tree, it probably means that there is no building, something in between. You can combine and give Peah from one carob and the other. Even if they did not see each other, the city has one side, let's say the western side of the city, they used to give. But by carobs, they only use this, they only combine it if they can see each other. As Metzadik Omer, when Metzadik says, Mishmoy from the name of Gamliel, after Charuv Mishoylem B'chol Ir. No, they didn't even care. Even not only on one side, they were even giving from one on the whole city, from all the four sides. They gave from one carob tree upon the other. Even though this is already Daf Chaf Aleph, I'll say a small piece in Daf Chaf Aleph. Small piece. Ma Kotesh. It says Kotesh. What does that word mean? Ke'aliba machtesh. Like a mortar in a pestle. A pestle and a mortar. So it means the branches are bumping into each other from both sides on top of the fence. Oy Kotesh al gabe geder. Or it means that they're bumping into the fence. And Mar Sar Kotesh, since it says Sar Kotesh, so it means Ein Hageder Kotesh. It's not that Min Ma the Toni, it's missing a word, but that's what it means. Min Ma the Toni, since it says Sar Kotesh, it means that it's only the branches that are bumping into each other, and not the Geder. Now this piece of Gemara is difficult to understand, and I still don't have a good pshat. The words here definitely need tikkun, but we don't know what and how. Ramona says something to explain this Mishnah. Zimun dahavi ba b'toich arba amas. Zimun dahavi ba b'toich asoret tfachim. Sometimes we said that the distance is 4 amas, and sometimes we said it's 10 tfachim. Benetuim mata esel beisa'ah. If it's these trees are planted in a space of 10 trees to a beisa'ah, ma'achma, these words here we don't know how to translate them. V'hu sheyiyu b'soich arba amas legader. Then it must be within 4 amas to the fence. Vehein sheyiyu b'soich asoret tfachim bein noif lenoif. Very, very ambiguous, and just guessing, real guessing, because it's hard to understand. He's mentioning a few things. He's mentioning Mata Ersel Beisa'ah, and mentioning Arba Amas, Asarat Tfachim. We can just guess that there is saying that if the trees are spread out in a certain way, it's called Asarat Ersel Beisa'ah, that's considered that they're one family. Then it's enough if they're 4 amas away from the fence, because they're considered one happy family. So then it's enough that the trees are 4 amas of the fence. However, if they're more spread out than that, then we need the trees to be less than 10 tfachim from one branch to the other. So it seems that the branches are one on top of the other, and they should somehow be less than 10 tfachim from one to it should not be 10 tfachim revach from one branch to the other. So begoiva. So let's say one tree is on top of the other, they should be so close that the branches should not be higher. Tree A from tree B should not be higher than 10 tfachim. It's a guessing. We don't know what it means, but we're just trying. The words here are not so simple, so we're trying to say a pshat that should be sensible. So this is going to be the end of Daf Chof. Be'ez Hashem Yisbarach, end of Daf Chof.